Hi, I'm Tim. This is Carlos.
Hi.
We're gonna talk about this Harris Springs mountain recovery that we did. So you wanna see? So here's us meeting up. The RO is actually in this Camaro over here. They're gonna go up with us once we start going. As Carlos arrives, he's always late to everything.
Well.
He'll be late to your funeral.
And we're waiting for Perez.
Yeah.
On this particular recovery, we had 3 vehicles responding to this call. It was a Jeep, and then your Jeep, and then my 4Runner. And we went up this icy trail known as...
It's Harris Springs Mountain, but the actual trail leads to Griffith Peak, which is about, I believe, 11,000 feet at the top. It's quite an increase in elevation right there at where this recovery happened.
And what time was this in the year? Was it January?
It was.
I think it was February.
Must have been February, somewhere around. Yeah. But this is where we're trying to figure out where the Jeep is at. The RO's dad swore it was right here. Based on the pictures we saw, I know it was way further up the trail.
Bad cords, yeah. So we just took a wild guess, and we were right, about a mile up the road, maybe a quarter mile. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty normal spot where we recover people. I've been up here 3 times this year already, in the same spot doing recoveries. So right at this point, Carlos, how much did you pucker when Perez touched the other Jeep?
It was pretty nerve-wracking. So what happened right there is we had our own one of our members try to go in front of the vehicle to do a pendulum recovery method, but while he was trying to pass the other vehicle that was stuck, he started sliding on ice and sliding. It was off camber. The trail was off camber, and he was sliding into the vehicle, almost into the vehicle. And yeah, we were just trying to do a game plan from there. So we had 2 recoveries eventually. We had 2 recoveries. We had to get our own out, and then we had to get the initial call. So, and then that's what me and Tim and Perez, another SNORR member, all teamed up, and we were just fluent. Everything was all nice and greased up machine right there.
Right. So at this point, what we've done is because Perez's Jeep is touching the Jeep we need to recover, we've decided to make basically a pendulum and use a tree that's further up the mountain there, probably dead ahead of us. You might be able to see the winch line going to it. The snatch block, and then on the Jeep that we're trying to move away right now, we have a short strap and a longer strap to create an A-type design to pull back up the mountain without sliding down.
Mm-hmm. It's just dangerous all year round. This trail is dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. If you think that you're on the edge of the cliff, then you probably are, because it's a pucker factor, especially if you got a big truck and a narrow spot and that's how these kind of things happen all the time. We always respond to these kind of calls because just miscalculations.
Right. This is another shot of moving Perez back onto the trail again. I believe during this whole recovery, when we went up to get the XJ, we had the RO's father and his aunt with us. His aunt was in Carlos's 4Runner hiding the whole time because she was afraid that it was just going to fall over. Mm-hmm. It's definitely one of the trails that I would not recommend going on when there's snow and ice.
Yeah, we're seasoned off-roaders, and we've been in all these conditions, and I wouldn't go over here for fun. Like, I would not. It's just dangerous. Surprised was checked once and double checked and radio contact. It was a slow process, but that's the way we play. We just want to make sure everything is accordingly planned.
And you can see here we have our winch lines are crossing. Once we got to a point where one was going to begin pulling down basically on the other, we moved it under just so that we were able to get the Jeep back on the trail where we want to be. After this, the Jeep wouldn't start. I believe we had to jump start it. One tire was low. I think we had to air it up. And then here's Perez putting his winch line back in.
Funny fact, they had got Taco Bell at night and went on this trail, and their cups of ice that they got from the Taco Bell was still cold because it was so cold up there. And we were there 5 days after they got stuck. So, yeah. And we had to go up here sooner or later because so like what happened to our member sliding into that Jeep, it could have been any other people that wanted to be go up that trail and hike.
So this is us turning around, getting ready to go out. I'm just taking my winch off and putting it back in the back of the Jeep so I don't have problems.
Yeah, we're gearing back up, putting the gear back in our vehicles and getting everyone accounted for back in the vehicles. The aunt did not want to ride in the white Jeep that we recovered. She wanted to ride with me because she felt more safe in my 4Runner than the Jeep. So.
Right. I mean, you can see from this part that this trail is only one vehicle wide. It's not a good trail to, have more than one vehicle on in each direction. There, you can't really pass until you get further down it. Well, this is Tim and Carlos. I enjoyed going on recovery with you. It's always fun. You always do something weird. Maybe you'll look like the Abominable Snowman one day.
We work together like a nice greased. A greased. Come on, you're a mechanic.
A well-oiled machine.
There we go. Sorry. There. See what I? It's always slipped my mind. Damn. Yeah, a well-greased, oiled machine.
All right, we'll see everybody next time. Thank you.